Cool bananas. Hey, g'day, how are we, Master?
Good.
Oh, good stuff. Good.
Sun-dressed New Zealand, good.
Oh, I know, it's getting a bit cooler, but...
Starting to.
Yes,
We'll
but...
live with that.
Right, I know.
It's still,
Yeah.
still in shorts, so it's not too bad.
Right, and what are we up to today?
Well, today, we've done a few on lead-like windows, that sort of stuff, you know, like start to finish and so on, and making cobwebs. And they've been very, very popular. And so, but I've had a few comments from people saying that I skipped over the actual cutting part rather quickly.
Okay,
So
all right.
what I thought I'd do today is just spend a little time just purely on the cutting, because if you're going to make lead-like windows, then obviously the cutting's quite critical.
Well, it's a big part of it, isn't it?
And yeah, one guy said, just because you can do it, and that's a very good point, that, yeah, so
Yeah.
I thought we'd be going into depth on cutting.
Okay, Peggy.
We got our glass,
Yep.
and we got our little chat to glass.
All
Yeah.
right.
My friend Stevie up in Auckland, chat to glass.
All right.
This is you got to keep them lubricated. I've got a little bit of oil on the bottom, a bit of,
All right.
just a bit of sponge in there. It just stops it, nothing hard to blunt them, you know, and that lubricates them. So these are quite $30-40. Will buy you a really good quality one.
But you could get cheap ones, like,
I
would you?
get cheap ones, yeah, they do the same thing. The thing about these is you can just unscrew that and put a brand new head on. You buy the heads, you know,
All right.
and so if they get blunt, away you go.
Right.
Now they have a little spring system on them there, a little pump thing,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and with the pump thing, you can actually fill these full of like a light sewing machine oil, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And you fill the whole thing up with that, and then.
Then as you pump it, I suppose it comes through, does it?
Well, yeah, you've got your little. That's your little your cap at the top, but it's got a flat piece on it. See the flat bit there?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
So what happens is when you unscrew it, it lets the air in, lets the oil out
Aha.
with the pump. You see,
Right.
that's the idea. So, so the cutting, you simply hold it like a pen. You take a pen, all right, and now. I say probably glass cuttings is probably the wrong term. You're not cutting the glass like you're cutting paper. You're a score. You put a scratch on the glass, a score. You're weakening the molecules. So in theory, when you crack the glass or split it, it'll follow that weakness, and it does.
Aha,
It does
okay.
sometimes.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
And you've got to listen for the sound. You can't have it skip. So you've got to be fairly firm. You know, you've got to just hold it. Press quite firmly, you know, and just you hear that sound. Not that sound consistently.
Nice and smooth all the way through.
That all the way through. Now, there's numerous ways of cracking that. You can get the little hammer on the end. You can tap it. You see, like that, and then just see.
Right.
Or what you can do, what you do another cut for you. Try and keep that firmness to the whole thing. Okay.
Yep.
What you can put your fingers together like so, like that, and just snap it towards you. You put your finger right under the cut. You see?
Okay.
And just
like that.
like that. You can go that way. If you we'll do one more cut, I think. There we go. There you go.
It's a lovely sound, isn't it?
It is.
Really
What you
unusual.
can do, you can just turn that over, if you want to, and just press with your thumb. See?
All right. Yep.
So there's the break in the class is quite easily. If you're going to that's with straight lines, you have like a little straight edge, of course, you see, and you just sort of follow the straight. Keep it hard against there, just straight down, and the straight edge. What you can do, of course, is just simply pick the glass up, just get your thumb there, just see.
Right.
So there's different ways of catching it. If that's with straight lines, that's fine. If you're not doing straight lines, say you're doing, this is your lead-like pattern, and you're doing that line there. All right, because that's going to be a wave in the ocean or whatever it happens to be. So when you when you do, you have to cut each side of that line, which is in the other videos. When you come to do that, you can't come forward because your hand is blocking where you're going.
Right, right.
So then you've got to go away from you. So you get right over it, and you just gently, very gently, you see? You take your time. And round you go. Just take your time. And just, you can't rush these things. Okay?
Right.
So there we are. So that's how that's done. So what we'll do, we'll lose that for now. And that as well. Okay, so we'll just... There, lose that. So now we have our basic... Now you can tap that with your hammer. You can see the shiny start to happen. And just always just get just behind the cut. There we are. I just take that to the very end. That might help. There we go. Right.
Like that.
And hopefully that'll fit there.
Right.
And that one will fit there. Which is the one we cut anyway. There we go, that's it. See? So that's how that's done.
Right.
Now if you want to do circles, for argument's sake, it will use Stevie Chatter's use. There you are. We'll use his cup. I'll get wrong for this actually because he gave me one of his cups and he fell off and I broke the handle. So now it's now my glass cup mug.
And that's an Auckland deck.
Yeah, Auckland, yeah.
Auckland, yeah.
Steve, yeah, close friend of mine. Good value. He was actually my apprentice years ago.
All right.
So with circles, you can get like a what called a compass cutter, like you have like for cutting cat holes, that sort of stuff, you know. Or there's the same thing again. You can just sort of slowly go around. But rather, when it comes to a circle, as you go around, there's a point which goes like twisting your back. So what you do is you keep that there and you move the glass round.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so we'll start there, right? And around we go. Listen for that sound the whole time. Keep even pressure. Got to have even pressure. See? See how that works? Simple, isn't it? So there we are. That's our circle done.
Right.
I'll do a few little sort of there and there. And we get our little hammer again at the end of the glass cutter. And there we go, see, and we start bringing it round. Don't be scared of glass, you know. If you're scared of it, that's what you cut yourself. If you're sure who's boss, there we go. It's coming. And take that one off. And there we have it. That's how you have your circle.
But people are going to cut themselves, aren't they?
Well, glass cuts. You know, it's all part of the learning curve.
Right.
You know, glass will cut. So, but if you have a very good cut, you know, like this. Let's get this one here. That one there that we did, you know, it's a really good cut. You can get your finger. See?
And there's no thing.
Yeah. Well, have your tongue, John. Put your tongue on that.
Yeah, put your tongue on that.
Put your
tongue.
Right. So yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. And the final way of breaking the glass, if you want to crack the glass when we open the cut, we'll do another one there, right? Is like that. Is we get a little tiny, get a matchstick or one of my little cocktail type sticks.
All right.
And just put that under the very corner. You see, right under the cut. Is there? See the cut? Right under the cut itself.
Yep. And just like that.
Yeah. So there's lots of ways of doing it.
Right.
And that is that. And that's
that.
all there is to it.
Right.
And it's just, it's like everything else, it's just practice.
Yeah.
And just don't be scared of the glass. If you see a bit of blood, patch yourself up and keep going.
Yep.
And the good thing about cuts with glass is they're so sharp that they heal very quickly. They're like a scalpel almost, you know. So
right.
It's not a tear. It is actually a cut.
Right.
And it won't do any harm to any kind.
Right. And if people want to get into the artwork, that's the drawings of your.
Well, if you want to get the artwork, yeah, then
there are a couple of other movies that we've done.
We have a couple of other movies on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with we're now looking at the frosty, what they call the frosty glass, you know.
All right.
We'll look at that.
Right. A nice bit of what?
This one's called sparkle. This one. Now, when it comes to like cutting, your frosties and things, whether they're coloured or clear, they've all got their own, like Sparkle or Hammered or Arctic or Flemish. They've all got their own names, you know. So we're using Sparkle at the moment. The reason why I chose this one is because, like all these like rough glasses, they've got a smooth side, what they call obscure, a smooth side, and a rough side.
Okay.
So on the rough side, obviously, you see, you couldn't possibly cut that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just so you need to go on that side. Right. And the smooth side is the outside. That's the weather side. That's the part that faces the rain and the dirt and the stuff. And this, you know, otherwise, it's too hard to clean. You know, so
yeah, right.
So the smooth side, what they call the face.
Right.
Okay, and the same thing again. It's just the same noise. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll try. Well, that's there, so we'll try that. Put that in this little corner. Just
it's just the same.
So there's no difference, but don't try and cut on that side. You'll just destroy your cutter.
Right.
In no time at all. Yeah.
Right.
And of course you won't get right into the depths of the cut anyway.
Okay. Yeah. And different thickness of the glass make any difference?
Well, yeah, but it does to a certain degree, but not a great deal. But you are governed by the thickness of this with lead lights because it's got to fit into the lead.
Right.
You know, so you can't go for thick glass. So, you know.
Yeah. So for 4 mil, is it?
Yeah, 3.5 at the most sort of thing, you know, because you need enough. We'll get a bit of lead, shall we? Yeah. Get a bit of
lead.
There's a bit of lead. That's a bit of H channel, or what they call cane.
Right.
CAME, cane, and it's got to be fit enough that it fits in there nicely, but at the same time loose enough so that you can then add a cement. You need
a little gap between the glass and the lid.
Yeah, sure. This one is probably cleaner because the glass is cleaner. So you see that sort of gap you have there.
Yep.
Well, you've got to cement the glass to the lead, and that stops you from rattling, and makes it waterproof, of course.
Right.
For the rain and so on. So therefore, too thick a glass, you won't be able to cement the whole thing in place.
Okay.
So, and you can use either like your own made cement, or you can use good old putty.
Okay.
It does the same job.
Yep.
So that's why you're governed by the thickness of the glass for that reason, because of that. Right. You have to have that space.
Right.
So
very good.
Why you have to cut either side of that felted pen is because you have, well, that one's crushed that end. See, this little bit here in the middle, a little tiny piece there of the H cane.
Yep. That's the line, isn't it?
That's the line for that. So if you cut either side of that, it allows that there to fit nicely.
Right.
If you don't cut either side of that on a big window, and then you have to add that afterwards, it will grow and grow. It's only 0.5 of a mil, but it will grow and grow and grow, and after a while, the window no longer fits into the hole it's designed for.
Right, which is a bit of a problem.
Can be. Yeah. They're quite hard to cut down.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason for that. Now, whether this is a bit of 10 mil, you get 10 mil, 5 mil, 7 mil, and so on, 13, and it goes in different sizes. But that channel will always be the same.
Okay.
It's the face that differs in size, not that groove for the glass.
All right. Okay.
So that will always be the same. But
okay.
This will, if you want to go like tiny little China cam and stuff, which is only half that size, you'll have the same size groove.
Right. Right.
So that never differs.
No. Okay.
So therefore, you're always governed by the size of the glass for that reason, because you
Okay.
can't go too big.
Right. Right. Well, I think that's
So
just
that-
about a lot covered, isn't it?
So that answers a few questions to a few people
Yeah.
who's been asking me. So so it's just a question of practice. Just keep practicing at it, and you'll get it right. You know, go to your local glaziers, ask for some glass out of their bin to practice on.
Yep.
They'll happily give it to you, and then you can go home, practice on that first before you start buying proper stuff, and just practice on your clear obscures or your coloured obscures, or just your straightforward plain glass, and just practice your cutting.
Right.
And away you go. For the sake of 30-40 bucks, buy a cutter, and away you go from there.
It's going to last you a lifetime, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. But some of the, but that one there, then that's going to be 40-year-old now.
All right.
Yeah, that's had a bit of a flogging. Still the same head, only two actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's oiled.
And it's been taken care of.
Can
Yeah.
be taken care of. But all of them all have the little hammers on the end.
Right.
They've all got them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's brilliant, George. Thank you very much for
So
sharing
there
all
we
that.
are. So just practice, get it right on the curves. Go nice and slow. Just take your time. Go nice and slow. It's not a
Nice and
race,
slow and steady, yeah.
and you'll be fine. And if I can do this, then so can
All
you.
right, okay. Cool bananas.